Hi everybody, welcome back. Today on my channel we're going to be making apple pie bars. We're going to make them in a 9x13. I have one ready, greased and floured a little bit. And it's going to be really delicious. If you're new here, hi, my name's Debbie. Hope you think about subscribing and always hit that thumbs up. So let's go ahead and start in on our apple pie bars. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make our dough. We're going to make a homemade crust. And I am making this for some visitors coming to visit. It's not a very happy occasion they're coming to visit. My aunt passed away. She would have been 96 this August. Just a great, great lady. Loved her. And so, I'm sorry if I hit my microphone. So I'm going to be making this. I'm going to have some company, and I want to have some things for them to eat. So, and she was a great baker. So we're going to try making this and hope they enjoy it. Let's get into making it. It first takes, we're going to put in 2.5 cups of flour. And as you can see behind me, it's a beautiful day today. Beautiful. And I looked outside the first thing I got up this morning, and I seen now I just forgot what they're called. What's it? Is it an orange? I'll have to put the name of the bird here. But it's like a blackbird. It is a blackbird, and he has orange wings. And it is beautiful. And he came last year and sat. There's a tree out there by the pond planted for my dad when he passed. My mom planted it. And we noticed him last year. He was sitting on the very tip top of the tree. And it's not a very big tree. And so the branches and the stems that come out from the branches, they're pretty thin. But he was just on the very tip top. I was like, look at that bird sitting out there. And then when he spread his wings, we're like, oh my gosh, he has orange wings. He was just so cool looking. And another bird tried to fly over and sit on that tree, and he ran him off. During the spring and summer, he's the only one that sits on that tree. Well, let me just put it this way. If he's on the tree, no one else is. There may be some other ones come and visit when he's not there, but when he's there, no one else is there. So we nicknamed him Herbie. That was my dad's name. Okay, so there's our 2.5 cups of flour. And then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar in here. And then to that, we're going to add some salt. It's going to be 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to kind of mix that together. And this does call for, this makes a lower and an upper crust, a bottom and a top crust. So we'll roll this out and we'll divide it in half. And then this recipe also has where you can put like a drizzle on the top after it cools with powdered sugar and milk and vanilla flavoring. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. When it comes out, we'll just see what I think. But, okay, so we have all that stirred together. Next, we're going to be adding in 2 egg yolks and the milk, which is 1/2 cup. And then we're going to get that all stirred together, and that's going to be our dough. I think I'm going to stir it with the wooden spoon. I'm sitting here talking and I forgot to cut in my shortening. Hello, you're at the Debbie Mistake Show. I've never forgot to cut in my shortening before. Oh my goodness. Oh my. We'll see how this dough turns out. We might have to start all over. But what do I always say? My mind's somewhere else, and you know where it is, so Give me some grace today. But this is funny. Okay, so 1 cup of shortening. I have some egg whites here I'm going to use for to brush the crust with. So I'm going to just roll that around in my cup so my shortening comes out easier. So 1 cup of shortening, and you should really do this before you put your milk and your eggs in. So cut your shortening in with your flour and your sugar and your salt. I'm sure you all know how to make a pie crust. Better than me, obviously, right? Oh my goodness, Deborah. Deborah Ann. That's what my mom used to call me sometimes. Wasn't always when I was in trouble. But when I flub up, I call myself that sometimes. Okay, so hang on, I got to get my shortening cutter. Okay. Let's get our cup of shortening in here. See how easy that came out? One good thing I did today, okay, so let's cut that shortening in. Like I said, I have not a clue how this is going to work out since the dough's already wet. And it doesn't look like it's going to work very well. This will be some interesting pastry dough. But we got to get some of that shortening incorporated into all of it. You never know, I might just discovered a new, better way of making pie crust, right? You never know. Some of the, actually, if you think about it, some of the, which I'm not going to be able to tell you any, but I've heard some of the inventions and the discoveries that we've had throughout our lives came by accidents, discovering them accidentally. So it seems like it's incorporating pretty good. It's a big piece right there. Get that one mixed in there, and I think we'll be good to go. Now the only thing is that's caught in there. Now, back to what we were doing. We're gonna get this mixed. I'm gonna mix this for a little bit and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I think we've got it to where it's pretty good. Now, it does feel a little sticky. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Okay, we're gonna roll this out, divide it in half and roll it out. Put half in the bottom of the pan. Okay, got my hands washed. I'm gonna get out my new pastry mat. Haven't even used it yet, because she's a little bit sticky. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on there. I don't want it to stick to that either. And I'm going to half it. And you want to make it the width and the length of your pan here. Might get me a little more. Okay. So we're going to roll it out, see what we get. And I'm hoping it doesn't stick on here. It shouldn't. All right. Oh, look at that though. Yeah. Hers sticky. I think maybe, I don't know. That cup of shortening seemed like a lot to me. Maybe it was a bit much. Well, we're gonna find out though. I'm just gonna keep making sure it's got flour on the top and we'll be good to go. All right, so we're gonna try to get this the shape and the size of the bottom of our pan. I'm not doing very well. I hope it's not sticking to this pastry mat. Hope it was a good investment. I don't remember how much it was. It wasn't that much. I think I got it off Amazon. I'll try to link it in my description box down there if you guys would be interested in it. All right, let's see what we got. I think we're good there. I'm just gonna make an indentation there and I'm gonna just cut it out that length and we're gonna go with that. Okay, let's see if we can pick it up. The moment of truth. I'm gonna fold it in half. Ooh, she came out. Okay. Perfect size, right? Fits perfectly. There we go. We're gonna brush the top. I'm not sure about putting some around the sides. Okay, off camera, I went ahead and put the sides back on. So don't cut your sides off. I thought, why did I do that? So we got a little bit going up the sides. Okay, then we're gonna brush this with some of the egg white. Alrighty. Okay. Next, we're going to be preparing our apples. I've already got most of the apples sliced. You need 9 apples. And I've just got a few left to do. I didn't use my apple peeler core slicer today. I was just like, oh, I'll just try it by hand. It's a little bit faster using that, but once you get it out, you got to get it out. You got to attach it to your counter. But it is, and it only just rinse it off when you're done. It really is a fast cleanup. It was just one of those days where I was like, nah, I don't want to. I'll just do the knife. Okay, so we got 9 apples, peeled, cored, and sliced. And then we're going to be adding a 3/4 cup of sugar. So there's a 1/2 cup. And there's 3/4 cup. And then the next thing we're going to be adding is cinnamon. And if you like apple pie spice, you can add some of that. I'm going to be adding a teaspoon, maybe 3/4 teaspoon. I'm going to give this Give this a toss. Okay, we're going to, I don't know if I told you earlier, but preheat your oven to 350. I'm gonna pull this up. This is a really good, that really worked well. So let's put all our apples in here. And it looks like a big bunch of apples, but remember, apples, your fruit cooks down. And I'm just going to kind of push these into the corner. Looks like some of the corners are empty. So you want to push it into the corner, make sure they're kind of even. Yum. I might sprinkle a touch more cinnamon over the top. Okay. And then we're going to roll out our last of the dough for the top. So again, I'm gonna just put a little bit of that on there. And I'll need some more. And I'm gonna turn my pan like this so I kind of know when I'm about to the length I need. Little cheater. I'm thinking to the length I need. Now I'm gonna eyeball my width. And it's kind of looking like an oval. And I don't know what that little dot is in there. Anything that's a different color than what it's supposed to be, I'm always like, what is that? All right, let's roll it up. I think we're good here. Let's see if we can get it transferred over without ripping. Pull this over here so you can see what I'm doing. Looks like it did a pretty good job. Just going to tuck under the sides here. And this crust is, it seems like it's going to be very tender, so I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. And then we're going to get this in the 350 degree preheated oven. We're going to bake about 40 minutes. Now I like to make a couple little designs in the top of mine. Nothing fancy, but I like to just, they're not really designs, they're just they're just slits. Just some air holes, steam holes, whatever you want to call it. And there it is. Now I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of sugar over the top, and we'll pop her in the oven. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to do a little egg wash. Take some of my whites, brush the top. Okay, I have my egg wash on. And I'm going to sprinkle a little sugar on the top. Okay, we're gonna pop it in for about 40 minutes. Okay, there she is. She just came out. Now, of course, I told you this is for company coming, so I won't be able to taste it or cut it on the video, but let me just tell you that it's looking really, really good. So hope you try this recipe, and this is where I'm going to end it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Till we see each other again. Bye.